What's up, sisters? This is your boy, Beef, and welcome back to the channel for another week of brand new mods for Baldur's Gate 3. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your 2025, and if you're not, then I have the perfect list of brand new mods to make the start of your year even better. Before we get into it, thank you all so much for watching. If you like these weekly new mod videos, let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more Baldur's Gate 3 modding content. But without further ado, let's get right into the mods. Our first mod is Enemies Reworked by Relamod, made by the creator who developed the Extra Encounters and Mini-Bosses mod and the More Enemies in Basic Fights mod. This new mod will round out the difficulty-enhancing mods for your game. This edition massively buffs enemy NPCs by giving them access to more spells, actions, and passive buffs. Enemies will be gaining new access to passive abilities like the Tough Feat, the defense fighting style, and the improved critical hit, among others. Enemies will also gain access to new spells and actions instead of primarily being limited to basic attack actions. And enemies within certain factions will get even more faction buffs, like the absolute NPCs inflicting mental fatigue with their attacks. This mod doesn't necessarily improve the enemy AI, but massively increases the strength of their arsenals. As you scroll down here on the mod list, we can get a full breakdown of all the different things that these different enemies and factions will gain access to. Different classes within the Goblin faction will get a whole bunch of new abilities and spells at their disposal, as well as some passives depending on what they are. The Sharp Eye will get Sharpshooter, which is a huge increase from where they were previously. The Dwerger will get a bunch of really cool bonuses. The Githyanki will also get some cool extra bonuses depending on their rank within the Githyanki hierarchy, I guess is the right word. The Emerald Drove Druids will get a bunch of new buffs and passives and abilities to be able to use. The Tiefling Refugees also, the Zhentarim Bandits and other things. The Cult of the Absolute will get stuff. The Harpers will get new abilities for the Flaming Fist, the Ballists, and the Followers of Bane. So pretty much this just makes all of the enemies in the game even more powerful than they were before. Previously, one of the only ways to do something like this was with the Combat Extender using the Script Extender mod, which is only available through the Nexus, but this makes it available for anyone using the in-game mod manager, and eventually it will come to console, which is really awesome. Next up, we have a quality of life mod that makes it easier to gain approval with your companions who are stationed back at camp. CampApproval by Fabididabadu something simply allows your companions to approve or disapprove of your actions whether they are actively in your party or not. That's really awesome because it means that, like here, you can get approval and disapproval from different characters that are maybe just hanging out at camp and aren't necessarily in your 4-person party. Next up, we have Origin Classes Complete by Creative Excuses. This mod creates 1-level classes unique to each of the Origin companions, excluding the Dark Urge. These class dips give each of these characters a unique set of abilities and passives that are made specifically to match their unique stories. You can see here we have the Daughter of Darkness for Shadowheart, the Orb Bearer for Gale, Blade of Frontiers for Will, Heart of Fire for Karlach, Astral Soldier for Lae'zel, and the Night Stalker for Astarion. And they each come with their own unique abilities. Shadowheart will start with the Sanctuary, Command, Divine Favor, Guiding Bolt, Shadowheart's Wrathful Smite, Healing Word, Disguised Self, Shield of Faith, a bunch of other really cool things here. Gale, as the Orb Bearer, will get access to Carsight Sorcery. His highest level spell slots are always Warlock spell slots, and these will progress even if he takes no other casting classes, thanks to the Orb feeding on his growing power and prowess. Karlach will get the Infernal Heart Rage, gain resistance to physical damage and deal 1d4 additional Hellfire damage, as well as causing any additional fire damage you deal to also be Hellfire damage. Gives you 2 rage charges. Will, as the Blade of Frontiers, will get Blade Ward, Daredevil Gloves effect, and the Blade's Flourish at Will Flourish as a bonus action that deals weapon damage over 2, plus Weapon Riders, and possibly sets enemies off balance. Lae'zel, as the Astral Soldier, will get Lesser Githyanki Parry, Riposte, and these cool fighting styles just at a base level. And Astarion, as the Night Stalker, will get Vampiric Touch, Cunning Action, Hide, Vampiric Charm, and Supernatural Speed. So this is really cool, and it just gives all of your Origin companions a really cool new 1-level dip that kind of just makes their class even more powerful. Next up, we have Eilistraee's Armor by Mini Coopers. This mod adds a full set of gear for your blade-singing Seldarin Drow playthrough. Built around the Phalar Alluve, one of my favorite weapons in the game, the mod includes upgraded versions of the powerful longsword, a new weapon intended to be dual-wielded with the Alluve, a finesse glaive weapon, and a full set of armor designed around making your blade sing. As we can see here in the description, we have the Phalar Alluve at the rare base version, a very rare version, and a legendary version. It includes singing is now a bonus action. It gets some radiant damage. The Phalar Orthe is the dual-wielding longsword that you wield alongside the Phalar Alluve. Phalar Alaxhind is a finesse glaive, which is based on the Dancing Breeze and is very similar and gets thunder damage and celestial haste. And otherwise, you get access to this set of the Dark Dancer, including the crown, the robes, the gloves, the greaves, and the cloak. And these all kind of feed into the blade singing abilities, which is just really designed around making your blade sing or shriek, whatever you want to do with it. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the description here, it says that it is available in a resupply chest in the Underdark behind the spiderweb after dropping down by the spectator. There are also some upgrade materials you can get to upgrade your items by looting the items from near and eventually at the House of Healing Morgue in the Shadow-Cursed Lands. This is really cool and it just makes up for a really good Seldarin Drow blade singing playthrough. Our next mod is Water Spells by Dawnstar. This mod adds 12 new water-based spells and 3 new cantrips for you to use on your spellcasting classes. These spells include custom visual effects and have a bunch of really cool utility and damage uses. You can see this big water kind of blast here that's really cool. This one is making a little bubble around this character. We can see this little radial here of all the different options and all of these other really cool visuals that we can just kind of sift through and see all sorts of really crazy things in here. If we scroll down, we can see what the options are. There's a Minor Torrent, send out a piercing stream of water that's as sharp as a blade of steel. Fluid Footing, allow creatures to walk through difficult terrain with ease. Douse, shoot out a bolt of water, wetting the target. Level 1 spells Water Bomb and Tidal Wave, throw 3 bolts of compressed water and leaves a wet surface. Release a powerful wall of water, knocking back creatures and objects in its path. Level 4 spell Razor Rain, summon rain in that is sharp as razors, making creatures bleed, and restraining wave, surround yourself in a pool of raging water that hinders others from getting close. And at level 6, we get Downpour, draw moisture from the environment and concentrate it into a vertical beam of crushing force, and Whirlpool, summon a whirlpool that pulls creatures from the surrounding area to the center. It's a whole new set of spells that allows you to use water as your primary method for dealing damage, which is really cool. Our next mod is from one of my favorite creators, Skirby. The new Arcane Caster Pistol mod brings another dual-wielding pistol setup intended to make you feel like an Artificer. The weapons themselves come with several unique abilities and weapon actions and will get stronger as you level up and unlock new skills. The mod also comes with a custom armor set that gives you a bunch of new passive bonuses, including an automaton summon. This set is perfect for the Artillerist subclass of the Artificer mod, since the mod manager version doesn't include gun weapons. As you can see here, we have this really cool set of armor and 2 dual-wielding pistols. As we open ourselves up for a ranged attack, we will do a cool little flip as we pull our guns out, and then we can shoot wherever we want to. And it gives off this really cool custom effect that is similar to the Eldritch Blast, but has a unique flair to it. The weapons themselves have 2 versions, the Onyx Outlaw and the Crimson Raider. The Onyx Outlaw weapon will gain you new abilities at levels 1 through 9. You get, at level 1, you get Aimed Shot, at level 3, Detonate, at level 5, Repulsor Shot, at level 7, you get Black Hole Shot, and at level 9, you get Fatal Barrage. With the Crimson Raider, you start with Aimed Shot, Detonate, and then Burning Pellets at level 5. At level 7, you get Lightning Shot. At level 9, you get Sunflash Shot. And at level 11, you get Disintegrating Shot. These are all really powerful that just do a bunch of really cool things and make you feel like you have your own extra unique set of abilities to be able to mess around with to combine within the Artificer. Or any class for that matter. You are not limited to the Artificer with this weapon. The gear set comes with a bunch of different abilities like advantage on perception and persuasion checks. All incoming damage is reduced by 1 and advantage on intelligence checks. The gloves will give you 1d10 force damage to your unarmed attacks, as well as a +1 to your range attacks, and also allows you to summon in an automaton reinforcement, similar to the Battlesmith Artificer. And now we have a Steel Defender, which is really cool to be able to have in battle. Next, we have a couple new classes for you to mess around with. First up is the Way of the Force by Eilobal. This mod is intended to pair with the Plasma Weapon's Darksaber and adds a fully realized Star Wars Jedi Monk subclass. This subclass gains access to the different lightsaber forms, allowing you to create your own type of Jedi. Whether you want to fight with Shi-Cho, Makashi, Surisu, Ataru, Jem-So, Niman, or even Vapad, you can do it. This subclass uses the Monk's Key resource on abilities like Force Push, Force Pull, Mind Trick, Thunder Wave, Telekinesis, and Sanctuary. The subclass also features progression up to level 20 if you want to use the Vapad lightsaber form, which you get access to at level 17. But otherwise, we can see here on the page that we get Combat Form 3, Defensive. We have Combat Form 1, Battle. We have Mind Trick as a cantrip that uses key points. We have the Light Blade Flurry using key points, using our lightsaber. And we have Force Push. So this is just a really cool class that allows you to take your plasma weapons and become a full-on Jedi or Sith, depending on how you want to play your character. Our next class mod is the Hammer of Tempus by Layla. This mod allows you to take on the role of a follower of Tempus, the Forgotten Realms god of war and battle. As you level up, you progress through the ranks of the Order, gaining access to stronger abilities and better armor, eventually becoming the Chosen of Tempus, a true master of battle. We get here the tenets of Tempus: be fearless, face every challenge head-on with unwavering charge, never turn away from a fight, and obey the rules of war. These are not really abilities, but more so similar to your Paladin Oath. We also have skills and abilities: Fear Me, strike fear into the hearts of your enemies, causing them to drop their weapons and cower. Fight Me, ensure that once a fight begins, you command the attention of your enemies, goading them into attacking you and sparing more vulnerable companions. Eventually, this ability dispels invisibility as well, punishing your enemy's cowardice. And Lethal Precision, your passive ability to critically hit, increases with rank. If we pop ourselves over here into the character creator, we can look at what the class gets access to. With the Hammer of Tempus, we start with Ceremonial Armor, which is a really cool armor set that we can call in. And we start with Savage Attacks. When you land a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you deal an extra dice of weapon damage. This is normally either a feature that you get as a barbarian or as a half-orc character, racial, but with this class we can start with them on our own. We also get a fighting style here, either defense or great weapon fighting. I'll take this one just for shits and giggles. As we level this class up, we get our Ceremonial Armor, obviously, and Frighten, as well as Face Me and Hero's Battle Cry. At level 3, we get Steel Will. Your unshakable resolve grants you advantage on saving throws against being frightened. At level 4, our Ceremonial Armor gets an upgrade, and we get Crit Scholar. Your studies in the ranks of the Order of the Steel Fang have improved your lethal precision. The number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1, and we get to pick a feat. At level 5, we get Relentless Avenger. Whenever we make an opportunity attack, your movement speed increases by 4.5 meters on your next turn, and we get our extra attack. At level 6, our critical hits get even stronger because we get another 10% boost to our critical hit chance, and our armor will get another boost in power. And we get a new feat similar to the fighters. I'm going to take another strength buff. You can see this one is very similar to, it's kind of like a cross between the paladin and the fighter in a really cool way that is really just like a full-on battle master. If we spawn in our ceremonial armor here, we'll get the Arahar's Split Mail. And just like that, we are already wielding it. It populated directly onto our body. We get all incoming damage is reduced by 1, gain a +1 to strength saving throws and checks, and attackers can't land critical hits on the wearer. As we continue to level up, this armor set will get better and better and better until we eventually become the Chosen of Tempus, which is really cool. Next on the list, we have Stormsong's Feats by Stormsong89. This mod adds a new selection of feats for you to use, vastly increasing the variety of build crafting so you can make any custom character that you want. We scroll down here, we get a bunch of different options like Bulwark, Chthonic Sight, Gish, Healer, Hedge Wizard, Lightweight, Pet Pal, and they all come with a bunch of really cool bonuses and abilities: War Mage, Warrior, Archery Expert, Protean, Cantrip Expert, Dual Wield Expert. There's just a bunch of really cool options in here with a bunch of really cool bonuses to be able to make your characters that much stronger and give you way more variety in how you build your characters. For our next mod, we have Werewolf Shadowheart by Lord President. This mod turns Shadowheart into the very thing which she fears the most, a wolf. Well, a werewolf to be exact. While in combat, this mod allows us to turn Shadowheart into a werewolf. And as such, we get access to a bunch of new abilities. We get a Werewolf Bite attack, we get Werewolf Leap, Werewolf Howl, and the Werewolf Claws, each of which do a ton of damage. If we pull up here, we can see that she has a strength of 24, as well as dexterity 14, constitution 28, and low intelligence, high wisdom, and decent charisma. We're going to howl and make this guy spooky scared. Oh, he's scared, so sad. And then we're going to follow that up with a good old-fashioned leap so that we can get next to him. Now he's prone, and to follow that up, we're going to bite him. Keep in mind, when you bite somebody, you can make them into a werewolf with this attack as well, but we're going to kill him, so who really cares? Yeah! Werewolf Shadowheart approves. This is really cool and just adds werewolves into the game to be able to play as Werewolf Shadowheart, so why not? Okay, and now last but certainly not least, we have one of my favorite cosmetic mods that I've seen. Have you ever drunk Baileys from a shoe? I'm Old Gregg. I call this one Old Gregg. By Crisco Comics adds a full clothing set for you to roleplay as Old Gregg from the Mighty Boosh. The mod even changes the centipede face tattoo to look like Old Gregg's iconic eye circles and mustache. This mod is not immersive by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just plain fun if you're a dumb idiot like I am. The clothes can be found in the tutorial chest and just allow you to fully take on the essence of Old Gregg himself. But that just about does it for this week's best new mods for Baldur's Gate 3. Which of these mods is your favorite? Are there any mods you have on your wish list that haven't been made yet and you're looking forward to be able to play? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one. I'm Old Gregg!